Well, Simon, basically, I have just make everything, but I have just to let you know, Simon, that you know there's a few problems with the homicide lockdown. I've recently managed to make the mind up, so I'm just letting people know that I know Jason is at a White House assembly, but basically he was just continue announcing to other people in the, in the hall, maybe assembly. People always been assembled a lot. So recently, Simon, I know there's a few things that something like a severe thing that it makes the severe impact. You know what that means, do you?
Hmm. Good point, Josh. Well, maybe interested, George. Well, for some reason, George, I think maybe Jason was at the White House assembly. So basically, Jason is at somewhere, but so what I was thinking is now, George, it's not what I was thinking is. Well, George, I think it's all that matters, but all that matters at some point. Recently, George, I know it's been a while for the whole day, but spending the night for the whole time. Well, recently, George, we make everything up. But it's not gonna happen, George, but recently. Absolutely unbelievable. But you know, George, but this is not gonna be so intensive. Recently, George, it's not that simple, complicated. But there's nothing I can do, but I'm sorry, George. I couldn't even get rid of the lockdown, but there is nothing I can do for some reason, George. But something like that, George, but I'll tell you what, there is something that everyone who could seek out for. You know, I know there's something that I can always tell you, but I know it's a homicide lockdown, but why do you need to? Why do I need to know this?
Well, recently, Simon, well, it's because all these people were having the great time, but it's not that good enough. But although, Simon, it's not kind of realistic, but it's not about ours, but it's not what we meant to be. But for some reason, Simon, it's not gonna happen. What we just exceed is what we need to is don't. We don't mind getting out of this, do we? I know it's a homicide lockdown, though, Summon. It's not what we just think. I was just thinking that Jason was at the White House assembly, but so for some reason, it's not false. I I knew it's true because I knew it. I knew it's true. It's not that gonna happen. What we're doing. I know this is a long way to getting rid of the lockdown, but the lockdown should be finished by that time. You know, Simon. But the reason why the lockdown, all the shops, takeaways, restaurants, cafes, and takeaways are closed. It's not good enough, Simon, but recently it's not. It's not good enough. I have to explain why it's not really simply complicated. It's not that kind of thing, but it's not the one what I meant. I on about this things that we've already saw some riddles, but I know it's not that kind of thing, but recently. So I've been take a lot of time, but what I was exceed today, I was succeeded. But the air is, but not really thing already. And I was just thinking about why. Does it sound particular? And I say no, but it doesn't sound particularly, but I know it's things is not gonna happen about the homicide lockdown. For some reason, summon, it's not what I was thinking about. But what we were thinking, it's not what we just meant. I on about like we thinking that this isn't finished. Well, I said to my son James, but I told him that the lockdown is appeared unfinished. So this is the unfinished lockdown. You know, maybe Rascals or maybe Rascals did it, but not us. They blaming us for this, but not for me, but not for you. It's not us. It's all about. It isn't about us. It is about Jason. But recently, he's not really not. Well, he's really less nervous, but he's less terrified or wherever he got to. But don't worry, he'll soon be back. But recently, it's weird and it's not really good enough. What I was thinking is now something. It's a real thing in my mind. I know it's bad though. It's a certain thing, but I cannot just explain how it works or something. But it's nothing. Nothing exactly happened. But I was just thinking about it. But this is the reason why I was just taking it from where I came back to start. It's not simple. I was just asking people what they need to do it. Well, at least the lockdown should be finished a long way. It's a long way to finished. But it's not. It's not simply complicated, but it's not really a real thing. But it's not what we meant. It's all about us. I've been waiting for someone, but it's not what I meant. It's all about us, you know. Maybe not, but they do. Yes, George, I think so. What I was thinking is now, George, it's not really, it's not kind of real thing, but me, I'm not indecent because I'm a good man like yours. You know what we should do is like, we're thinking about it. I'll tell you what, George, it's not like kind of good, but recently, George, it's not really good enough, but yeah. I knew it's a lockdown though, but Jason told us about it, but it's not what I meant. It's not about us. It's about Jason. But like you said to me earlier before, but it's not simply. Are you going now, George? Are you heading off? Oh, yeah. Not anymore, by the way, but recently, well, I just have to keep that in mind, so I'm just trying to explain everything from you. Yeah. Well, I just say, you thank me one day, but I should thank you, too. Stay safe, Simon. Always stay at home, mate. Don't cause any trouble, alright? Always just have a conversation with Kevin instead of Jason, okay? Gotta go. See you later, Simon.
See you, George.